Hey miners, Rusty coming at you with a knife review here. Today we're looking at the Sitivien 102. A lot of knife manufacturers make this style of knife, almost a gentleman style carry. Some have tanto blades, some have drop points, that kind of thing. Sitivien, they're getting a reputation for making nice knives. This is in D2 steel and it has nice G10. Does come with this lanyard, kind of a leather. I'm not really sure if it's 100% leather. Pocket clip works, easy on, easy off. And it's kind of nice to have this extra piece to grab onto to pull it out. Got your liners. We got some texture up here on the G10, which helps. It's not that grippy, but it's there. And there's some more of it on this end of the G10. Taking a look how the blade sits in there and jimping on the flipper tab, so I like that. Fires out pretty good. As I mentioned, a D2 blade, and this one, remember we talked about drop points and tantos. This one has a compound grind, so I really like that. Good blade grinds, reasonably thin. So we'll get into that. I'm going to compare this to two other knives that I've picked up recently. Do like this thumb ramp. So when you got this ergos, it does fill your hand. There is no hot spot in the clip. Lockup is good. No access to the lock bar is good. There's no lock stick. Should mention, sometimes I forget this part. It does have some milling, so they're drilled out. G10 backspacer, that's something. The other knives I have are missing. Not exactly chamfered, maybe a light job of it, but it's not. I've definitely had edgier knives right there on the liners. So again, as usual, we'll take her indoors, we'll do a cut test and size comparison. Stick around. And here we are inside. I like coming inside to get a little bit of different look here. We are going to take off this lanyard, but you guys don't have to watch me do that. Stick around. And it's off. And I don't really know what material this is made out of. It's stretchy and it's pretty long. So I do like freebie stuff. Might end up, saving that and finding a spot for it somewhere. But let's get back to the knife. Taking a peek inside here. Nice blade grind. There's that compound tip. Take a peek what we got on top for jimping. It's not on top of the spine here, but it's on the side. Doesn't really work. You don't really feel it that much. This is the 101. I might have referred to it in another video as the 102. I'm going to try a different pocket clip if I can get away with it. I found one. Take a peek at the milling inside. And the G10 backspacer. So let's do some sharpness tests like we normally do. What do we got here? The nightly crisis of Todd's stomach versus Todd's imagination. There's Todd. He's thinking about going downstairs and getting a cookie, but there's some crocodiles down there. Well, Todd, that's a tough one. I think I've been there. So, how's the Sitivien do? Well, let's find out. Oh, that's pretty good, guys. That felt good. And here we go. Okay. An interesting thing about this grind is it actually changes angle, so that's going to make your tip thinner. Let's see what happens here with the good old paper. Good. All right. I must have had done some cutting on this one already. Okay, this one is, let's start at the middle of the blade here. Yeah, this one's up to snuff, guys. Yes, this is a pass. So good job, Sitivien. Thank you for that. What else do we have? Well, this is the fourth video of, well, it'd be the third video, but I have 4 knives like this. I introduced in, I guess the third video on this is the Vortex Merlin. And then what we're looking at here, let me get this out of here. I'm going to kind of put these in order of thickness. And then there's the F and Grau EF16. So 8CR13, D2, D2, flat grind, G10 handles on them. Well, they all got flat grinds. This one just doesn't go to the top. It's a little bit thicker. And I'm going to throw this one in the bunch. I advertised it as a budget knife. It's $18 for Mazalong. Give you guys a peek at that. So they're the same, yes, but they're also different. This one is the heaviest of the knives. It feels the biggest. I would say this is a hollow grind in here. Lockup's good. Go look for the video on that. Action's good. You know, guys, we're living in a nice world here. The knives are really pretty good. So this one's probably going to be the pointiest, strongest of them all on the tip. It carries really well. It's narrow. You know, when we compare the two, it's going to have a narrower profile. They do a nice job with that blade, bringing it right on down. And this one's right in between. Kind of the F and Grau. This one's also got, you know, a lot of blade steel. It's like I got more here than this one. So because of that, you know, you can actually, it's going to do more hard use. And then when it comes down, it doesn't quite get as thin as your Vortex knives. So you guys can kind of see what we're looking at in blade size. Let's go ahead and close them all up so you guys get a little bit of an idea here. And all the darn pocket clips kind of affect the way these things sit. So take a look at the back size, just kind of for sizes. And that's what we're looking at there. So I'll put some numbers in there, the prices, and some details about these knives. And before we go, let's finish up on this Sitivien. So, been messing around, and I might try a different pocket clip on this one. And might see how this one works. This one came off of my SRM, and I think you guys can see, I think it sits a tad higher. It doesn't have this wonky little thing, which I don't like when you go to flip here. That thing kind of just sticks on your fingers. So I might try that, see how it goes. And speaking of that, kind of show you what I did to the SRM. Put on, you can buy Sitivien pocket clips for $2 for $5 on Amazon. You just gotta pay the shipping. And I turned this knife from, you know, having something to hold on to into a deep carry, and I think the stainless steel matched up really good. So This one carries good now. Well, it carried okay before. This carries a lot deeper. So, okay guys, let's stick around. I'll let you know if this pocket clip works and if it makes a difference. Okay, so close but so far. The holes align, but what's happening is the cutout is square shaped, and this one has this roundness to it. So if I line them up and the holes line up, it's just got some extra, but that's not much. So let's take a peek here. Hopefully you guys will see. That's the original pocket clip, which is okay. But I got these other pocket clips laying around. And if I can make this one fit, I like that look better. So I got some diamond stones here. Got my buck dual edge, about a 325, and I'm just going to go to work, and you guys don't have to watch me, but we'll see how long this takes. Okay, we're getting close. We're getting real close. So just kind of show you guys what I'm trying to do here. Trying to make it, you know, it was more rounded here at the top. I'm using the coarse end. I'm using it on the very edge because I don't usually get to that part to sharpen. Go kind of light here and just kind of flatten that off. And I also have to make this more narrow. So I'm kind of working it. I'm sitting at a table and just kind of working this this part more narrow, kind of going light and going you know, kind of quick there. I may have a trouble where this hole comes in. You know, this thing starts to widen out right in here, which this part might be, you know, in the cutout there. So I may have to thin that out, which is kind of a lot of metal to thin out there. If you guys can see what I'm working with. And if that's the case, you know, once I get started, I usually get kind of stubborn. So I think we're going to make this work. Stick around. Okay, are you guys ready for this noise? So, after 20 minutes of filing here, I got it to fit. And I was pretty proud of myself. And as you guys can see, we have one screw missing. Well, why is that? Well, it's because the second screw, which I have here, is too fat to go through that hole of my clip that I wanted to use. So if I take this off, they actually have, let's see if you guys can see those. Take you guys in. What are we looking at here? Yeah, it might not look like it, but I swear it's got to be a different size. It won't go through the clip here. So not sure what I can do. If I could make that go through, maybe I can screw it through. I'll be back. Well, I lost this round, Sitivien, but I'll be back. I don't know, I'll have to figure a way to widen that hole. I don't have a Dremel. So, okay guys, well, sorry we got kind of ran off on a tangent there. Hopefully you enjoyed watching a little bit of work. Alright, and it's kind of fun to swap pocket clips when it's actually find one that you like to carry. Bye.